Okay, good afternoon to the virtual village hall, and welcome to anyone that may be tuning in this time. I'll give it a few minutes before we really get things rolling, getting started, just to wait for people to see that we're online, that there's a live going on. Obviously, let people see their notifications. So if anybody's already watching, please let me know where you're tuning in from and how the weather is where you are. Currently, I'm in Tadley, and the weather is glorious. I was hoping to do this outside. If I could have done this in the sun, that would have been beautiful, but I think my laptop probably would have overheated, so I've had to come inside for the time being, but otherwise I can see from my window my neighbor is suntanning, and I'm planning on doing the same. Yeah, so I'll be surprised if we get many people tuning in today, but hopefully there's a few of you out there. So again, if you are tuning in, just Peter, welcome. Sunny here in Leicestershire. Oh, nice. I mean, I wouldn't. This kind of weather, it's like you can tell it's the whole country. It is glorious. I was in Ireland this last weekend working on a retreat, and the weather was not like this. I can tell you that. It was. It wasn't too bad. On the last day, the sun came out. Lisa's just going outside to do this. Oh, amazing! Yeah, I recommend that to all of you. And this is definitely a practice that can be done outside. So if you've got some space in your garden or wherever, definitely get yourselves in the sun, because meditation in the sun, there's nothing better. It's really such a grounding experience, such a full body experience. Like, it's so fantastic. So yeah, if you can get outside to do this practice, I highly recommend sitting in the sun and getting that vitamin D at the same time, topping up those tan levels, working on your tan, doing all the things during your meditation. Why not? So welcome to those who are tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. The meditation we're going to be doing today is a breathwork meditation. There's going to be 4 parts to this meditation, 4 different breaths. The first breath work will just be a kind of a focusing and awareness, concentration. The second breath will be equal ratio breathing, known as Vritti Pranayama. And this consists of taking control of your breath. And so as you start to focus on your breathing, you'll recognize there's 4 parts to every breath that you take. You have the inhale, you pause for a moment, you breathe in, and there's a hold of your breath. You then exhale, and then again there's a holding of the exhale, just a pausing after the exhale. So breathe in, pause, exhale, pause. And as we take control of all 4 parts of this breath, for the second breath work we're going to do, we're going to make sure that each part of that breath is as long as the other. So you're going to be breathing in for a count of 4, holding for 4, exhaling for 4, and holding the exhale for a count of 4. After that breath work, Vritti Pranayama, we're going to come to Ajna centering. Ajna is a chakra. Ajna is centered here, an energy center centered sort of known as the third eye, the sort of mind's eye. And this breath work is intended to kind of bring our focus, our awareness, our attention to that area of the body. So for that breath work, the changing of the ratio is breathing in for 8, holding for 4, exhaling for 8, and holding for a count of 4. So the inhale and the exhale are twice as long as the breath hold, but otherwise the inhale and the exhale are as long as each other, and the holding of the breath is as long as each other, but half the length of the inhale and the exhale. The final breath, Anahata centering. Anahata is another chakra. It is the heart center. So very much this space here. And for this breath work, the ratio to breathe for is 7-1-7-1. So you breathe in for 7, hold for 1, exhale for 7, and you hold for 1. Now, the number that you count to isn't too essential. What is important is the ratio. So say, for example, you're doing the first breath work, breathing in for 4, holding for 4. If at a point in that breath work you're struggling, it's uncomfortable, you can breathe in for less. So breathing in for 2, holding for 2, exhaling for 2, holding for 2. And how you count is entirely down to you. the full way to kind of tune into this practice is to use the beating of your heart. If you can inhale for a count of 4 heartbeats, if you're able to feel your heart, not by placing your hand on your heart, but just by being in your body, if you can feel your heart beating, if you breathe in for a count of 4 heartbeats, hold for 4 heartbeats, exhale 4 heartbeats, hold the exhale for 4 heartbeats, then that's ideal. That would be perfect. If that's not available to you, then you just count however you like in your head. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, whatever works for you. Just make it manageable, make it comfortable. And you will find that, you do each breath work for about 5 minutes each. This whole breath work meditation will be about 20 minutes in total. So yeah, you can sort of ease yourself into it. Start off comfortably, and if you're starting as you do the breath work for a bit longer, then your body gets a bit more comfortable and a bit more settled, and you'll probably be able to hold it for a little bit longer. So it's one of those things that, if it's not comfortable right away, don't worry, make it manageable, work around it, and you may find that in a few minutes of practicing that, then it will become a bit easier, a bit more accessible. So we've got Ruth tuning in, sunny in West Cornwall. Amazing, beautiful. Thank you for tuning in and welcome to the meditation. So if anybody has any questions, please ask them now. Obviously, I will be talking you through the meditation, so hopefully nobody's going to be getting too lost or anything. But just quickly, if there are any questions, feel free to drop a comment now, and I'll reply just while we have a bit of time. But otherwise, in a few minutes, we'll get started. And you can expect to be this meditation. You can do it sitting up. Sitting up is the best way to do a meditation. If you'd rather make it a relaxation, if you're feeling a bit tired and you feel like just having a bit of a rest, then the alternative is to lay flat on the floor. So you can do this breath work meditation either way, sitting up or lying down. If you are sitting up, have your knees lower than your hips, so that allows you to tilt your pelvis forwards, so you can lengthen through the spine, and your spine will be properly set, properly held for you to sit comfortably for 20 minutes or so. Obviously, if you're not too familiar with sitting for long periods of time, at some point your body may start to kind of be a bit achy, a bit sore, but hopefully the breath work will help to carry you through that, should that arise. Obviously, if you're in a relaxation, just laying flat on the floor, space between your legs, space between your armpits, spread yourselves out. You should be fine laying on the floor. If there's any discomfort, tends to be some people, maybe a little bit tight in the lower back. If you're laying on the floor and you do feel that your lower back is pulling, then you can bend your knees, place your feet wider than hip width apart, and rest your knees against each other. So that way you don't have to hold the legs in place. They can just rest there, and you can still go into a deep relaxation state in your body. Okay, so I've not had any comments come through that I've seen asking any questions. So if everyone's ready, then we'll get cracking. I won't be playing any music myself, just because of copyright, all those kind of things. Don't want to get claims. So if you would like some backing music, whale sounds or spa music, whatever you prefer, feel free to stick that on. Alternatively, if you are currently sat outside in the glorious sun, you can just sort of have the beautiful sounds of the background, whatever's going on in your environment. Because really, in the meditation, you should be focusing on the breath, focusing inside. So really, whatever's going on around you, we can just let that fall away. Super. Okay, so however you are, I'm going to be talking with the idea that you're sitting up. Obviously, if you're laying down, just sort of translate that to your current position. So, sitting comfortably, tilting the pelvis forwards, lengthening through the spine, rolling your shoulder blades backwards and closing your eyes. Just starting to bring your focus, your attention to your breath. Breathing easy. Easy breathing, normal breaths. Feel how your breath moves in your body, how your rib cage moves, the lungs expanding and contracting. As you breathe, feel your whole body expanding with every breath in and softening, letting go with every breath out. Every breath, your whole body expanding, contracting. And as we take our attention, our focus away from thoughts, away from thinking, as we settle into our bodies, tuning into sensation, feeling, being present to the physical experience of your body. As you sit here now, however you sit, observe every feeling, every experience that your body has to offer. Sensations of touch, temperature, however you're sitting, feel the points of contact with the floor beneath you. Feel the weight of your body as you sit here now. And as you settle, as you tune in, can you soften? Softening your body, your shoulders, your jaw, softening your face. No thoughts need thinking about, and there is nowhere else to be. Start breathing deeper, breathing through your nose, deep belly breathing. Every inhale, fill your lungs, fill your belly. Every exhale, empty your lungs. Clear your breath out, making room, making space for that new, fresh breath. Your next breath in. As you breathe, observe the quality of every breath. As you breathe in through your nose, feel the air passing through, the temperature of the air as you pull it into your body. As you exhale, feel the movement of that air that has now become breath, passing back out of your body, back out through the nose, and how that air has now changed temperature. As you feel every breath, as you observe the quality, is your breath soft? Is it gentle? Is it easy? Where are you breathing into? And where are you breathing from? Breathe into your belly. Expand the abdomen. Every exhale, squeeze the belly button into your spine. Hear your breathing. Listen to your breath. If you're listening to your breathing, then you cannot be listening to any thoughts, no distractions. Fully absorbed in your practice, fully focused on your breath. And so as you breathe, as you observe every breath, starting to become aware of each part of your breath. You inhale, you breathe in, and then there's a pause, a suspension of your breathing. And then you breathe out as you exhale. And then again, another pause, another suspension of your breath. 4 parts to every breath. And so now taking control of each part of your breath. Start breathing in for a count of 4, holding for 4, exhaling for 4, and holding the exhale for a count of 4. Equal ratio breathing, box breathing, Vritti Pranayama. Each part of your breath as long as the other. Make sure that it's comfortable, that it's manageable. Counting at a speed, at a pace that's comfortable for you, that works for your lungs, for your body. Breathing in for a count of 4, holding for 4, exhaling for 4, holding the exhale for a count of 4. So just counting in your mind, but if possible, as you sit here in stillness, can you feel the beating of your heart in your body? If you can, use the beating of your heart as the measure to count by. So 4 heartbeats, hold for 4, exhale 4 heartbeats, hold for 4. Again, only if that is available to you. Otherwise, counting in your mind. Controlling every breath, focusing on every breath. If at any point your mind wanders or becomes distracted, it's not a problem. No need to be upset or annoyed. Do not get frustrated with your practice. Simply accept and come back. Notice your mind, your attention has wandered, and then just bring it back. Come back to your breath. Come back to your breathing. And again, counting in your head or counting with your heart. And now changing the ratio. Breathing in for a count of 8, holding for 4, exhaling for 8, and holding for 4. The inhale and the exhale as long as each other. The holding of your breath half as long. Ajna, centering, pranayama. Observe your focus, your energy with every part of your breath. As you breathe in and inhale some more and inhale some more. What does this do to you inside? Do you feel a movement, a shifting, some subtle change in your experience? As you breathe in, observe. As you hold, enjoy the pause, the stillness. And then observing with the exhale. As you exhale more and more, as you empty your lungs, what do you feel? What do you witness? Each part of this breath, check in with yourself internally. See what it does, how it feels. If counting to 8 is a struggle, then try the ratio of 6-3, 6-3, maybe even 4-2, 4-2. Again, the number itself is not so essential, but the ratio is. Now coming into the final breath, Anahata centering. Once again, changing the ratio to 7-1, 7-1. Inhaling for a count of 7, holding for a count of 1, exhaling for a count of 7, holding for a count of 1. The pattern, the rhythm of this breath work is a lot closer, a lot more aligned to our natural breath, the way that we normally breathe. And so this breath work really brings us into our chest, into our lungs, into our heart space. Again, as you breathe, as you observe your breath, focusing on controlling your breathing, observe how this feels. What this breath work does inside of your body, where it brings your attention, your focus, maybe throughout this breath work, there are areas of your breath that are not so easy. Our breath is a reflection of our internal state. Each part of our breath can tell us something about ourselves. If you struggle with the inhale, maybe you're someone that struggles with receiving. If you struggle with the exhale, maybe you are someone that struggles to let go. Our breath is a fantastic tool to allow us to tune in, to check inside of ourselves and see how we're currently feeling. And the holding of the breath is a very powerful practice. When we hold our breath on the inhale or the exhale, the body is at its most still. It is in this stillness that we can tune in deeper, really settling into the stillness. And then just returning to your natural breath. Breathing normally, breathing easily, no longer counting your breathing, but staying tuned in, staying settled inside of yourselves. Continuing to observe how you're feeling, the experience that you are having now. After these 20 minutes of meditation, has it changed your breath? Has it changed your feeling, your current state? Just take a few deep belly breaths and then start rubbing your hands together, generating some heat in your palms. And when your palms are nice and warm, placing your palms over your eyes and feel the warmth of your palms seeping into your eyes, relaxing your eyes and their eye sockets. And then opening your eyes behind your hands and opening your fingers to slowly let the light in. And when you're ready, coming back into the room or your environment. And there we go. So very simple meditation, very simple breath work. I like to teach this one as a good way to start increasing the length of time that you are able to sit and meditate for. Obviously, there's with the 4 sort of sections to the meditation with each different breath. You can set yourself a timer to make a dinging noise at 3 minutes or 4 minutes or 5 minutes, and this way control how long you're sitting for and not just have to go straight into trying to sit for a solid 20-30 minutes doing one single practice. Trying to just go in without that kind of experience of just physically sitting for a long period of time can be very challenging. And so this is a very good practice to use incrementally to start increasing that length of time that you're able to sit and meditate for. So obviously this video I believe is going to stay on this Facebook page, on the YouTube of the Virtual Village Hall for the Royal Voluntary Service. So if you need to have a reminder, obviously tune back in. Feel free to use the video again. As for myself, you can find me on meditationmax.com. Every month I run my meditation course. The next class for the course is in fact this Thursday. So if anybody is interested in learning more about meditation, in taking your practice deeper, feel free to get in touch with me through any of my social medias, through my website. But that's it for now. So thank you all very much for tuning in, whether you've tuned in live or at a later time. Thank you for taking this time for yourself, for doing this practice for yourself. Giving ourselves these short periods of time through in any day is incredibly rewarding, very essential, and yes, very deserving. So anyway, thank you very much. Have a wonderful sunny day wherever you are, and take care.